What is up, everybody? This is NerdingOutSports, and today, Victory Monday. Finally, the Giants have a win. We're 1-5. Still a bad record. Still a bad team, but finally a win. And I know a lot of people out there, for whatever reason, are angry. I wanted to really quickly, at the start of this, address the fan base because I'm confused. I'm very confused by this Giants fan base right now. Because when the Giants win, the fans are angry. Like yesterday, fans were angry. Oh, because you won this game, now you're out of the Trevor Lawrence tank race. Which the Giants were never trying to do. It's clear as day, the only team that is trying to tank right now are the New York Jets. Because you do not let Le'Veon Bell go and keep Adam Gase as your head coach if you're trying to win. And I don't think the players are trying to lose, but the Jets clearly don't care anymore. The Giants are not trying to lose games. So fans are mad that the Giants won this game because it's just like last year where you missed out on Chase Young because you beat Washington. And this game in Week 6 is going to take us out of the Trevor Lawrence race. So the fans are mad when they win, so now it's fire Dave Gettleman. Because you won a game you're supposed to lose. And then if they would have lost this game, it would have been, fire Dave Gettleman. How can you lose to a team who has no name? How can you lose to a team who has one win? So, what do you fans want? That's my question. That's my question to the fan base. What do you guys want? I don't want to see them tank. I want the guys on the team to play well. Daniel Jones is my quarterback until he's not. If the Giants move on from Daniel Jones, then I'm going to support whoever it is they bring in. But if Daniel Jones is the quarterback of the New York Giants right now, I'm going to support Daniel Jones. And I don't understand why fans are just so happy to see him struggle. So anyway, I just wanted to get that out of the way. Because it's happening way too much. Fans just don't know what they want anymore from this team. And the overreaction from a win is kind of ridiculous. Now let's talk about the game. Let's start with Daniel Jones. Because you can argue this was his best game of the season, even though he did not throw the ball for a ton of yards. He didn't throw the ball at all, really. He only threw the ball 19 times today. 112 yards, a touchdown, and yes, the interception. But this was probably the game that we saw the most progression, believe it or not, from Daniel Jones. For the most part, he was making his throws. He was finding his receivers. The plays were running pretty smoothly. The offensive line was not as bad as they have been, even though there were a lot of plays where he was running for his life again, specifically on that interception. And that's really the only thing I want to talk about with Daniel Jones. As good as that 50-yard run was, I think we were all surprised as much as, just like the camera guy was. Everyone was shocked and kind of, not shocked, but fooled. Because everyone thought that Freeman had the ball. It ended up being Jones taking it down the sideline for 50 yards. Anyway, back to interception, that's going to get the anti-Jones people out. Here he is. He's throwing another pick in the end zone, and it was just like the Pittsburgh game, in my opinion. There was pressure. He threw it up, and it got picked. Only difference is, I think this time he was trying to get rid of the ball. Now you can say it should not have been called an interception because it sure did look like Fuller's elbow was out, but they called it a pick. It was a bad throw. But there was pressure right in his face. I watched the play over and over again in slow motion, and the play design, they had, I can't remember if it was Parrott or Thomas who was at left tackle, which I'll talk about in just a second, but whoever was at left tackle was double teaming on the inside with Hernandez, and that allowed, I think it was Sweat, to come pretty much unblocked right to Daniel Jones. Caden Smith swings around from the right to the left and completely whiffs on the block attempt, and Jones just has to chuck it up. I mean, if he took a sack there and let go of the ball, then tank for Trevor, it's coming right back out. So it looked like he tried to get rid of the ball, but because he really had no chance and he kind of sidearmed it, the ball floated up there. And yeah, it was a bad throw. That unfortunately ended in a pick and cost us at least 3 points. And the game doesn't end as close as it did. I get that. I understand that. But you have to factor in everything else. There were a lot of plays that Jones extended because of the fact that he was running. Even though the offensive line was a little bit better this week in terms of pressures given up, they only gave up 1 sack. They still, there were still plenty of plays where Jones was kind of running for his life. So I think overall Jones was okay today. As for the Andrew Thomas and Matt Peart thing at left tackle, I don't get it. Peart looked great. He definitely looked better than Thomas did out there yesterday. But Thomas looked pretty good as well. And I was watching the game along with the Hub and PTA. They were streaming play-by-play, and I was just, kind of synced up with them watching it on my own while in the chat. And I asked a question that would it be so bad if Peart turned out to be the better left tackle and that Thomas was the better right tackle? And I understand we took Thomas 4th overall to be that left tackle. But if he's better on the right side and Peart turns out to be better on the left side, who cares when you took him? And I know people are going to say, well, then you should have went defense there, blah, blah, blah. But hey, tackle is a very important position no matter what side it's on. Now, I know it's only one game, so I don't want to overreact about Matt Peart, but he did look really good, and he has looked good every time they've used him this year on both sides. So maybe next week or on Thursday night when we play Philly, maybe Joe Judge will try Andrew Thomas on the right side now because Cam Fleming is one of the weak links on this line. I think Hernandez has looked better the last couple of games. Zeitler has been the most consistent one. Nick Gates, I don't really know about Nick Gates, but I don't know. I think at least try Thomas on the right side. Get them on the field together for more than one drive because that's all we've seen them, which was that one drive against the Rams, which they actually looked pretty good. So I would say get them both out there at this point because why not? But it was a weird thing seeing kind of a tackle rotation. It was just substituting Thomas and Peart each drive. It was weird. Anyway, it worked out because the Giants won, even though Washington technically outscored us. But hats off to the Giants defense, man. They played great. James Bradbury is a beast. Kyler Fackrell's having himself a really good year. Underrated. Leonard Williams now has 3 sacks. I mean, considering what he had last year, half a sack, all the stat heads out there can't complain about Leonard Williams. He's been really good. And there were times where the Giants defense was not that good yesterday. They were letting Kyle Allen kind of shred them at times, and Kyle Allen had a pretty good day, even though he threw the ball 42 times. And yeah, we may have gotten lucky that they missed a 2-point conversion. Because if they would have went for the extra point and just tied the game, they missed a field goal earlier in the game as well. The fumble recovery for a touchdown by Mr. Irrelevant, Tay Crowder, that was fun. You could definitely say the Giants could have easily lost this game. And that sucks. But they didn't. And the Giants have lost games this year that they probably should have won. So you know what? I'm taking it. A win is a win. And we finally got one. Now we'll see. We can really see what this team is made of. Okay, you got that first win off your back. Let's see what they can do on a short week going to Philly against a team that's struggling as well, but against a team that we have not beaten in the last, 3 years? So we'll see how they respond. And before I end this, I really just want to put out all the best wishes to CJ Board. That was scary. It does seem like good news after the fact. He was at the hospital and they said it was a neck sprain and a concussion, which is definitely nothing to mess around with. But they said he was alert, responsive, so I am very happy to hear that. So sending nothing but the best wishes to CJ Board. Hope he gets better soon. So Giants fans, let's be happy. We got a win. Was it against a bad team? Sure. Did the team look great? No. But hey, I don't care. I wanted a win. Now let's see how they respond Thursday night. Thank you guys for watching, or thank you for listening, And I will see you guys next time. Let's go, Giants. Peace out.